lot to write about. Trying to figure out what it's all about. Existentialist. Am I worth anything or just discount?
That was great sounds of Watts with Outside on WNHH LP 103.5 FM New Haven. Myself, Preston, with my partner in crime, Long Island raised, Elm City made, EZ BlueZ is in the building. Easy BlueZ, you are better with introductions more than me. Who do we have with us today on Behind the Brand?
Today we are going to go back in the DeLorean. We're going to take it up to 88 miles an hour, and we're going to go back to the future. We're going back time when I could stand at the door of a house of state and start to see all reality truly come together and see what is coming up in the wonders of the world. There, I believe, maybe in October, maybe in November, I hear the rumbles that there's a new band in the type of the world. There upon stage stands a trio. A trio of powerful, not Powerpuff, but amazing female artists that are bringing heart, wrench, and soul, and someone's drawing on themselves. Why would you draw on yourself? It happens. We're just going to say that for now. But it is with honor and privilege that I bring forth to you today. Put your hands together, not if you're driving. If you're driving, please keep your hands at 10 and 2. We don't need any accidents. But mentally, put your hands together for the phenomenal, the amazing, the fantastic, and honestly, one of my favorite band from last year, if I'm being real. Qween Kong. How you guys doing? Welcome, bienvenue.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Thank you for the intro.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, but just
It's like he's
see,
not even trying.
I'm more than just I can more than just stamp a hand. Woo. But see, here's one of the most incredible things. You know, when you start to look at music and scenes and how they're developed and everything, it seems like a very similar story you hear over and over again. But it is these nights where you get to wander into, you know, a Three Sheets or at the time a State House and really see the artists go out there and not just play their music, but sit and talk with people or possibly trip over a garbage can and fall down. You know, things like this happen on a regular basis. And that is the realest part of every moment. What sparked it all together to get you guys together to start playing? Because I know you guys singularly, and then all of a sudden there was a trio.
Uh-huh. Yeah, we're all connected by a cell in our brain, and one day it flickered on.
Somebody turned the computer on.
Somebody turned the computer on, and then we all showed up at one central location, this location right here. And then the chant started, and ever since
It was fulfilling a prophecy.
yeah.
Prophecy, all right.
We were mentally pulled. But you know, that's the real story. That all my friends were playing, and it looked really cool.
I'm going with the prophecy story because I saw the tablets. They were scribed on the State House's bathroom wall. It was in the urinal though, so I don't know exactly how you guys got in there. But more power to you. Heads up, high five. And it was
Scroll. So
Yeah.
we at all costs
Those runes though were etched long ago.
yes.
and then one day on it.
Somebody on it. It turned the
Oh my
computer on like a patient.
Terrestrial radio, so they urinated, and we can say that without a problem.
Yeah, we can.
Okay.
Yes,
yeah.
no worries, got you covered.
Forgot. Sorry.
It's fine. A lot of people start to think that they're just like kind of hanging out with friends and having conversations, and it gets very relaxed. This isn't like a normal, typical interview. We actually want to know about you guys because you have a great, cool story. What is your guys? No, let's start over. We've gone too far. We've gone too far at this point. We're going to continue to go through. But one of the most incredible things is you guys have this phenomenal sound that is familiar, but yet still multi-layered. Was this something you guys really just jumped into, or was this just a clash of your guys' influences?
Yeah.
Well, that's a good question.
Thank you.
It did. There was intention when it started. There was definitely intention with musical influences, and musical influences that probably wouldn't surprise many people. Like a lot, like Riot Girl stuff, a lot of Ruka Salt, a lot of Bikini Kill, stuff like that. A lot of grungy stuff too, Nirvana, stuff like that, and just really like like 90s, 2000s Riot Girl. But Eric and I got to like originally in 2021. We had the musical influences, but we also had like our own like expectations for like our sound. So a lot of times when people ask like what Queen Kong sounds like if they've never heard, I usually tell people that it's like punk music that's really catchy with like just really catchy melodies. Just, no pun intended, because this is melody. But but like Kara and I, our backgrounds are like in like vocal training and like music. So there's like a lot of catchy stuff that it's really like vocal focused. Still had our musical influences like that were definitely a lot dirtier.
Yeah, I would honestly say that like I've always loved punk music and like grungy music overall, but I've also always like loved pop music. And so I mean, I think like in creating a band, it was like I want to sound like all these bands I always loved, but also like I know what my strengths are, which Jill and I were like, yeah, our background was in singing, and so that's kind of where it started and went from there. And then we picked up the instruments, and we knew that like our inability to like play would also influence the as well. And we really into it, but we knew that we had enough understanding to make something that it's all really about the fun.
It is. And like now a year later, since we kind of started, actually first show was for like a year.
Yeah, it's been just about a year.
And since then Melody has joined the band and our sound has kind of evolved just like naturally, because Melody's drumming style is like really unique and like really really strong, so like the punchiness I feel like comes from she gives. Otherwise, like we would sound, I think, without Mel or with like a different style drummer, it would change. It would change everything. I think that it would like really be a high emphasis on the pop music. She really gives us that edge, which is like honestly what I didn't even know I was looking for. There's like hardcore.
No, that makes complete and total sense. One of the things that I always loved, you guys have some of my favorite moments of being at the State House. When you guys did the one show and she showed up and did the Darius theme. I think at that point on, I was like, they could do absolutely no wrong. From this point on, they can do absolutely no wrong, and this is amazing because you told everyone you were going to do it in which you were literally dressed as the characters, but they still didn't believe you until you pulled it off. And then when you pulled it off, everyone was like, yeah, no, this makes complete and total sense now. Was that something deliberate with like a theater background type of thing? Or were you just kind of like, you want to know something? Let's give everyone the figurative
It's
finger.
a sick song.
Yeah, honestly, it was kind of like I love that song and I love Daria. And honestly, I like to. I feel like I throw a lot of like the deadpan Daria humor into our music in general, and like it is like that is the vibe. So like one of our first shows, I was like, it makes so much sense for. I've dressed up like Daria for Halloween so many years that I was like, oh well, this makes perfect sense. Like we could be the characters and sing the song from the like intro because it's so iconic and like it would be like such an important thing to somebody who watched the show who like also loved that song. It just rocks to like be personify it and be the character singing it. So it was kind of I was fulfilling my own dreams and also I was like this makes perfect sense.
That song really good though.
No, so this song's a phenomenal song, but on top of all that, and really what I want people to understand is, you guys are just being yourselves. You know, this isn't an act, this isn't a ploy, nothing is made up. You know, you guys are genuinely friends. You like to hang out. You know, you like to create and write together, and then also you enjoy being on stage together in every single degree of every aspect, and that's why you have your own sound and you have your own style. You know, because you're not trying to be anyone other than yourselves. You know, you understand that this is where you guys are sonically, this is where you guys are musically trained, this is where you guys are at this point. You're going to sit in this aspect and no one's pretending. You know, you're not on there, you know, pretending to be Steve Vai. You don't care, Steve Vai. You just want to be yourselves. And that is the biggest thing that we can give to any of the creatives that are out there. You know, 100% be yourself, give all to your art, and you can go and move into these different places. I mean, again, over a year ago, there was no even concept that was Qween Kong, and now you guys are playing on a constant basis. You have a release out. You know, I'm sure you're working on new recordings. Are you working on new recordings right now?
We're working on writing new songs.
Yeah.
Writing takes a while for us.
Especially since we play all the time.
We play all the time. So many of our rehearsals are like so show centric. But
I have a good few more songs, enough for another EP. I think we want to get like a few more and do like a longer EP or even potentially depending on what we conjure up in the next like couple months. Hey, really back
a little bit in and out.
Yeah, we lost about half that last sentence.
Yeah,
you were. Yeah.
Honestly, I might need to plug my phone in.
We got it.
Charger in the car.
Well, it's so super important, you know, that we do go through, you know, the right steps as we move forward. You know, taking newer stuff out into live shows can be difficult, but if you don't take them out and try them out into the live shows, you don't necessarily know how they're going to be. As you particularly write the song in the beginning, it's not exactly how you're playing the song. We talk about all the time, especially on the show. You know, a song is if it's ever 100% finished, you should probably just stop being a musician. You can always tweak something or move something along those lines. And I love the fact that you guys are still out there and making sure that you're recording. But that also, for those artists that they said it straight up, they take a lot of time practicing for live shows because that's still super important, you know. And if not so you can be the most polished, you know, boy girl band dancer in the entire world or anything like that, because at a live show, anything and everything can go wrong. And the more prepared you are, if your guitar just happens to stop working, you know how to talk your way into getting that checked out and how to stall for time. You know, this is all those things that are super important to the live show aspect of it. And it's something that I've seen you guys have some of the worst luck sometimes when it comes down to some gear. You know, whether it be leaving the place with it or showing up to the place with it. Although that one Target bag for your guitar pedals was always amazing. What is that like now as you continue to evolve through and work out all these kinks?
Well, I think I was I was kind of nervous going into it, just because I've seen a lot of shows, I've seen a lot of like technical difficulties, and almost always bands, regardless of if they're touring or local or whatever, handle it very gracefully. And I would say like I'm like the least graceful person in the entire world. Like, just to be clear, I'm the one that's like tripping over the garbage can outside of the bar. It's me. I'm a fucking drunk. Oh my god.
We could tell.
I appreciate the honesty.
Sorry.
I was trying not to call you out. I was trying to keep it up as like, you know, in the thing that someone might be tripping over the garbage can, just because that moment did happen on the dance
No,
floor at the State House. I wasn't holding it against you. I just wanted you to know that you were seen.
no.
So quite clumsy myself. I mean, I think the shows are a performance, and like something that I always say is that embarrassing yourself is the spice of life, and it keeps things interesting. So like when things like go wrong, that's an opportunity to create a memorable moment. So
And like in the beginning, I mean, a lot of it I will say was user error. I like
yeah,
I like let alone like being new to like playing guitar, new to like gear in general. And to this day I'm still extremely like intimidated by like upgrading gear. I'm intimidated by like the idea of spending money on like new pedals and stuff. Like because I just feel so like I just kind of feel like an idiot sometimes when it comes to like knowing what's good, knowing what I want. But you know that comes with time. But in the beginning, it was some user error, some bad luck, and like that's just natural. And at this point, I feel like we're able to handle it pretty gracefully, just because the shows we play, usually the audiences are like so down for whatever we're gonna throw at them. They're so down. They're such good like sports about it. So if we totally like fall on our faces or whatever, like we stay genuine regardless. Like at this point, a year later, our nerves are, you know, pretty settled. And so even if something gets like a wrench gets thrown into the set and we don't expect it, like you just go with the flow because it's a comfortable scene with like people that we're comfortable around. And you know, I think that came with a little bit of time, but we're grateful for it now that we like know, you know, we have a better sense of self, that we feel confident.
Right.
Any pre-show rituals?
No, that.
Oh.
Sorry, what did you say?
Any
pre-show rituals?
Pre-show rituals. So I usually drink about 2 to 3 PBRs. And
I always usually take
uh
of a good swig of water.
yeah, right. Okay, yeah. Good swig of water.
And Mel?
Like blast my car on the way there. Try to get in the mode.
I'm with it. Easy.
Also, my always for some reason minutes.
Usually a good cry.
A good cry might do it. So late that it's almost concerning. Like especially New Haven. So like some of the bars are like 5 minutes away from my house, and I'm late. So it's like I'm just, you know, running late and kind of like being really stressed out is like a good opener for the night for me.
Okay. The best part about this is I've actually seen them all a lot before a set and all of that tracks, like every single bit.
Oh, man.
Except they're not PBRs. I thought they were gin and tonics. I'll be honest with you, because I used to have after the second one, I used to have to keep Jillian from going outside with her drink at the State House because she kept forgetting. That was me. Yes, that's me.
You're such a caring person.
That's so true. And so if I'm at a bar, like if I'm at like a bar like State House, like or something like that, I'll be drinking vodka sodas. Before the show, I usually be drinking PRs, like, you know, whatever in the parking lot. But it's always vodka sodas. And every single time you did watch my drink, and every single time I went out for a cigarette, I was like, dude, make sure nobody roofies this.
Always. We always make sure, because it's so super important. And, you know, you guys are a vital part of the scene. You're also phenomenal human beings, period. What is more I'm just a penguin. But no joke, what is more exciting for you guys, the writing process, the recording process, or the performing live process?
I think we all have different opinions on it.
And that's why I want to hear. This is why I asked an open-ended question.
On WNHH LP 103.5 FM New Haven, myself, Preston, and my partner in crime, Long Island Rays, Elm City made EZ BlueZ is in the building. We got Qween Con with us on Behind the Brand. Go ahead, ladies.
We were just saying what our favorite part. I would say mine.
Performance?
performing. That's
Okay.
like what I'm comfortable doing, and like what I love the whole I mean, like, I really love the music too, and writing, and also like recording and all that as well. But where I feel like the most alive and where I feel like the most like I love doing this is when I'm stage performing.
And like going to shows and being in the scene, having like really good friends play 6 sets, like that's like the only thing that the only reason why I was like so excited to like
You got him.
me to want to get more involved in. And it's like, if I thought like it was fun to just go to a show and like bash my head around and like be crazy, it's like even more fun to like do exactly what I wanted to do, but like on stage this time.
Right. Yeah, that is the ultimate experience when you get to take that crowd experience, that being a fan of the music and then jumping up there and being able to put the art form and stuff out there. It is such an amazing feeling, and it's one that is really a joyous note that comes from anytime you guys have played. At least the times I've seen you play, I've never seen you guys be miserable. You usually have some sort of smile on your face, even if it's an obnoxious, sarcastic one. It's still there's still happiness. Yeah, you know. But where did the name? Like, oh, go ahead. What happened?
Well, what about you, Mel?
What?
What about you? Like, what's your favorite part of everything? Do you like playing or like recording? Or...
Yeah, I like playing a lot. It's just a different energy that you get, and it's just, I don't know, it gives you so much, like, you just turn into a different person when you're on stage, and it's really fun to like transform into that.
Honestly, it's literally like, it's like musical theater. Like you could just like be whoever you, because like I mean, we so much like there have been days like evenings leading up to shows where like one of us or like whatever like might be really miserable from the day, and then like we like to end the night like playing a show, even if like any of us are in a bad mood from the day, is like it's not like a burden. It doesn't feel like a chore. It's like kind of a
stress relief.
Yeah, it's like,
the way to
thank
get
God.
your rage out.
Yeah, like I can at least end my night with this instead of just being miserable, you know.
Yes, awesome. Do we have a car charger anyway? I need to plug it.
Can we just sit here? Yeah. Okay.
Location change. That's fine. It's very punk rock not to be in the same spot for the entire interview. Where it works out well. Breaking the rules as much as we can here. But while we're breaking the rules, what's up with the name and the spelling, and why is it so awesome?
Oh, that's a great question.
Thank you. It's the one you're going to get the most tired of in like 5 years. Yeah.
Honestly,
please get comfortable.
Don't even ask once before. It's my favorite question because the name very much comes from something specific. It's, you know, it is kind of seems self-explanatory, like it's just like the female version of King Kong, but in reality, I took it from drag queen. And where's my phone? Perfect. So, yeah, it comes from drag queens. There are these drag queens called the Boulay Brothers, and they do like queen type drag, and they used to put on this like drag show in LA called Queen Kong. And ever since I heard about that, I was like, that would be a great name for a band. And I love drag, so I was like, and that's kind of like my whole thing is that like it's theatrical, it's performance. I love to dress up. I love to like just have a good old fun time. Like it's like my performance as a female. You know, it's kind of like drag in that sense. Perfect thing to get after. And I honestly did add W because when I looked on Spotify, there was already a Qween Kong, and it's like a Jewish rapper,
which is
they,
really cool.
They seem really cool, so I'm like, well, I'll let them have that.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh man, it was getting good too. It was good.
Oh, by ourselves.
There we go.
They're coming back.
I love
There
the
we go.
dedication. The dedication's
This
on
is
point.
great.
It's awesome.
I'm digging it. I'm
It's
digging it.
awesome. They are for the win. They're definitely
They
for
are
the
for the win. There you go. We could
Imagine
somewhat
it-
edit this out or not. I mean,
I'm not going to
you
edit
know.
it out. It's like imagine them like in
Nice.
3 years.
Oh yeah.
Their commitment, their consistency is great.
Oh yeah. Exactly. This is great.
Oh man.
Hello.
Oh, we hear them. We hear them. We just
Hello.
gotta see them. There we go.
You're live.
I'm back. Yeah.
You're live. The
I love
internet
this.
did not steal you from us. Fantastic.
We're back.
Welcome back, ladies.
Welcome back.
Yeah, we got them. All right.
Hi, everybody. Sorry
Hello,
about that.
sorry.
It happens.
It's okay, as long as
Trust,
you guys
it
are
happens.
good. Yeah. Yes, we are very used to. Usually, it's one of us getting kicked off, which is even funnier.
So true.
Yeah,
So
weird.
true.
That's what I literally had to like figure out a way to hardwire a Wi-Fi signal through like an electrical system so that I can so that I have an actual way to be online and not use my phone. So trust me, I completely understand about getting kicked off of things on a regular basis. And plus,
Yeah, we definitely probably could have prepared better for this regarding service, but
Listen,
Okay.
we're just happy
For
to
the
have
first
you
of-
on. We're just happy to have you on.
Yeah.
You can't
We're
believe
happy
the
to be here.
excuses we hear. We hear so many excuses. It's crazy. We probably heard a lot of excuses more than hear from promoters. So
we're just making it work.
No, see, but this is what is awesome and is what is incredible about you guys, and one of the reasons why we wanted to have you on is it's really the story we've been telling lately, and the story that I guess the universe, to be a hippie for a second, kind of has been unfolding for all of us, is the way to be successful is to be genuinely yourself. You be yourself to that fullest point, and everything else, it's not those real aspects. You know, we've talked to artists, we've talked to motivational speakers, we've talked to 12-step people, we've talked to drag queens, and all the story is, you know, if you want to have like a public persona, be yourself on the level 11, and that is what's going to be the most marketable. And I really,
unapologetically yourself.
yes. And there's some famous philosopher who I'm going to forget their name, so I'm not going to quote them. But I will say this: they stated, live so freely as yourself that your very existence bothers others.
Oh, I'm sure our existence bothers a few.
Yeah, I mean, that bothers.
Yeah, confirmed.
Confirmed does bother a few. But that was we had our musical influences and all like the logistics about the sound, you know, with intention. But our biggest intention was like to just be genuine, like no matter what. And when we were first starting out, like before we had played a show or anything, I got a really good piece of advice, and it was like, you know, an audience full of people will recognize you being ingenuine before they'll notice you like messing up your guitar part. And like when we started like, you know, like Kara said, we were really like, our skill level was like, Kara and my skill level was like just like close to non-existent. Like we really didn't have a lot of experience at all in terms of like instrumentally. And like what else can you do with that other than just accept the fact and then like continue moving towards your goal? Like, and it, you know, like she said, like because of the way that we play and because the fact that we're still really like learning a lot, it has absolutely
An
like,
effect on our
affect-
creativity.
It's affected our writing process. It's affected our sound in general. It's affected how our live shows are, and it actually affects
in a positive way.
In a positive way, just because like otherwise, like you said, we would just be faking it, and it's so easy to pick up on that. So you might as well just be yourself. Like you might as well just do what you can do best, which is just be yourself and accept everything regardless of like what you think people are going to want to hear. I mean, like literally none of the Ramones knew how to do anything, and they like did it anyway. So it's like, you know, when going into it, I was like, Kara, I actually don't know how to play the guitar. And to be honest, we're a year in, but I still don't know. I'm just faking it. Like and like for that reason, like, you know, technically our songs turn into like heavy hitters that are like full of power chords, you know what I mean? It does like transform our sound into that way. And it's just genuine. It's because, you know, technically like I kind of have to play guitar like that because I'm not very good, but like now it's kind of a sound that is like signature to Queen Kong.
Yeah. It's the genuineness. It's the as the kids say, it's the real. You know, it's the stuff that's the real that works out very well. But you guys, it's more than that. You know, you guys are very supportive of everyone else on the scene. You know, when you go out, still, I think one of the best moments also at the State House was when you guys just came through to play Super Smash Brothers, and you guys created this incredible cheering section where you felt you were actually at, you know, a live event. You know,
and I love that with the like improvisation with the sound and the drummer or the Super Smash Bros. That's amazing.
It was so.
How can we not support that?
Yeah, I mean, it's always been, and you know us individually, like as audience members, and you know how we are, and like, you know, if like if we're into something, it's going to be unapologetic, and you know, even if the vibe doesn't call for it before we get there, like it's now the vibe. Like, sorry, like we just changed, so you know, most times and most times people are like down to clown, but sometimes it's like, who are these like total maniacs? Like, who are these people?
Yes.
Send in the clowns, you know.
Hey, but it's not a bad thing. I identify as that as well. You know, I try to, you know, add as much levity to a rumor situation as possible until it's time to get serious, and then I'm a nice person. I wasn't a nice person before. I was just kind of okay. And I think we lost them again. Oh,
we'll get them
this
back.
was getting so wonderful. They'll hold on for one more day. But no, it's and again, I really want people to understand this. One of the most important things you can do there is 100% be yourself, genuine in that moment. Yes, I remember the things that they have done on stage because they are a phenomenal act, but I remember the other things just as much because it's genuinely who they are. You know, I wear a shirt all the time that says "Be you, they'll adjust," and you know, we were just singing your guys' praises on how much, you know, you guys are genuinely yourselves, and the rest of the world gets to adjust to that. And we're hoping that a lot more artists take that step in that direction. So thank you for that.
Heck yeah, we want to see more just like realness, like, you know, and that's partly why like I wanted to start the band. And I know we glazed over this in the beginning, but you know, going to shows, we just didn't see ourselves represented very much within the scene, or at least like a good amount of time. I think that things have changed a lot since then, and I love to see it. Like, so, you know, now it's just a fun fest. Now we're just all like, it's, you know, I feel like people took themselves very seriously as musicians in the New Haven scene, which is a great thing. But like, you know, especially in the punk rock scene, it's like we're trying to let loose at the end of the day.
Yeah, we're experts in not taking ourselves seriously.
And that is a very big New Haven thing. It's they forget that, and you see it through the punk scene, and I think that's why people put Shane Penguin in the punk scene aspect of it, because I 97% of the time don't care. I'm gonna say what I want to say up on stage, and I'm gonna get in people's face because I'm trying to have fun. My week was busy. My therapy session is 40 minutes. I'm going to take these 40 minutes, and we're all going to lose our minds. And then I'm going to feel better, and we're going to get drunk afterwards. That's that type of aspect,
It truly is about the fun, though. It's like,
Mhm.
it's about our fun on stage, and it's really about the audience fun. So there have been times that we have not played our best set, like sonically. And and people are still coming up being like, that was great. And like, as long as they had fun and as long as we had fun, like, that's truly the goal. That's the number one goal. That's the top goal. And the more we stick to that, and the more we focus on that, I feel like the more success we get. Like, success meaning, like, fulfillment, like, for us as a band. Because we at least know that like, oh, okay, we could walk away from a show and we'd be like, okay, that would never get us a record deal. But like, the goal isn't that. Like, when we play live in New Haven, it's really just like to make sure that it's a fun time and it's a good time. And I would say for the most part we usually achieve that goal, but it's definitely because we work to like really make an effort to focus in on that.
Yeah, and to be honest, now with how easy it is through streaming, which isn't going to pay you anything, so let's just be real. But it's a lot easier to distribute your stuff, nationally and globally, so you have more control of it. We need a label less and less. It's just more of a financial burden to the artist. So please take care of your artists and make sure you're buying their merch when they are on tour, because they need that money to have, I don't know, food.
Yes.
And food is important.
Seriously, yeah.
Just put it out there. In fact, everyone who's listening right now, I want you to go to your computer, go to Bandcamp, look up Qween Kong, and donate. I'm just now put it out there. PBRs are expensive, and we need to make sure that their beginning, ritual happens fine. So you said it was like 6 to 12 PBRs, right? So I want to make sure that they ordered the right amount for you.
Oh man.
Again, no, that was so good.
No. Well, you said it was recorded, so.
Sorry.
It's all right. I had such a good rant. I was hyping you guys up and giving out your Bandcamp address and telling everyone to donate. And I said how they should, how it's 6 to 12 pre-show PBRs that they got to pay for you.
Yeah, no.
So I'm trying to get you that money, And then I looked up and you weren't on the screen anymore. I was like, oh, it was so good.
A ritual. What would we do without it?
Yeah, no PBR.
Exactly. We have our breathing circle. And our new guitarist literally thought it was like we were gonna be, I don't know, hanging out with monks. And he shows up to it. He's like, "This is what it is." I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Not what I thought it was." I was like, "It's okay."
Spiritual awakening.
Exactly.
Well, I'm happy there's
now, as you guys are writing, is there a particular subject you guys want to try to stay away from? Are you taking on everything headstrong? Because this world is a flaming pile of craziness right now. And sometimes you might not want to say things, and sometimes you have to. What's the content like for you guys?
I mean, again, when it comes to writing, like we can only write what we know. So like,
there's definitely no topics that we're trying to stay away from, but I think that we are definitely focused though on telling you our stories.
And writing, since Mel has joined the band, has become extremely like collaborative, which we're grateful for. Because now it feels like our new songs that are like, have recently been added to our set, like it really feels like a group experience, and it feels like we can all share that gratitude of like finishing a song and actually playing it and getting better and better at it. But in terms of like subject matter, it really is just there's no other way to really write through subject matter if it's not something that so that's really try to stick to. And our writing isn't like ultra poetic, and it's not made out to be anything that it's not. And I think that kind of, again, like it makes for like a strong pop song.
Right. No, definitely. But there are also those layers and textures to it. There are stories that are told throughout the songs. I don't want you ever to discredit yourselves, because there is a mystery to it as well. There is a great structure. The way you say it is just as important as what you're saying. And I think both hit the mark just, fine. I appreciate the humbleness, but let's gas you guys up just a little bit more than that, because you deserve a little bit more than that. All right. Yeah. Humble indie punk artist. You did good. Take the compliment, God damn it.
My head.
Jeez.
But yeah, every song has a seed. Sometimes like the lyrics make less sense than others, but it always is from something,
And sometimes the lyrics are like a little more dense, and I think seeing it live, like really it's not as apparent when you see it live, because like the lyrics can be really dense, subject matter could be really complex, but at the end of the day you're still like seeing me thrash around and play like a fun time. So that's kind of like a good disconnect between a live show and a recording, because when you hear a recording after a new song is added to a set, after you see it live like a few times, it almost is just like a new perspective, and you get to hone in on certain things that may be a little bit under the radar when you see it live.
Yeah, no, that's one of the top keys. Is I love that type of texturing where you have, like I said before, you can release the song and it's never quite finished, because every time you play it live, it's going to be different. I tell people all the time, the musicians you're playing with at that point in time.
WNHH LP 103.5 FM New Haven. Go ahead.
He's so smooth. The musicians, you're having a conversation. That song was a conversation, and it's a conversation that only the three of you guys could have. Any other person in that conversation changes the conversation completely. And that's one of the key things that you get to truly see with you guys. Where is the conversation going to go now? Are you good with the 4? Are we looking at auxiliary instrumentation, possibly just maybe disappearing again? Yeah.
Hey, man.
It's all right.
One thing we know for sure, they will be right back.
They will be right back after a word from their sponsors.
They will come back.
They will come back. They will,
are great souls. They are great people. They are
phenomenal.
Yeah.
They are phenomenal. Hey!
Like I said, they came and it was
they came and they went.
They
came and they went. That was tough.
Like I said,
that was definitely tough.
Give them about a good 2-3 years.
Yeah, 30. There you go. It happens. It happens.
They're with it.
But it's one of those things that really is that super important aspect.
I think I hear him a little bit.
I heard something.
I heard a little noises. They're fighting.
There was something. I wasn't sure if I should get up and stare at the wall. I was having a Blair Witch moment. Hi. We can hear you and see your name.
I can hear you too.
All right. Can you hear everything? All right, cool. So, just as we're saying, you guys have this amazing
I can
conversation that only
can't no more. That's it. Don't dance. Be happy. Celebrate.
I am, dude. Hey, good times. Come on. We got to celebrate.
You can't let this stress you out. There's so many times.
No, this isn't a stress out thing, but this is so super important. This is why going to live shows is so important, because there's an art form to this as well. You know, and
Absolutely.
more times we do stuff like when we went to the Bridgeport Film Festival and we had to do those introductions live on stage and have the 15 minutes. I have a tight time guy with someone staring at us, telling us, you got 2 minutes left to go. And we're, you know, trying to hurry the people along, but they're now at this point talking super slow.
Yes, they were.
You know, and they're trying to drag out because this is their moment.
Hello?
You don't want to steal from their moment. You just want, hi, we were talking. Hey, welcome back. Your dreams will your ticket out.
It's the problem with the iPhone batteries. It's crazy. Every time you're on Zoom with the iPhone battery, it's like a punch to the face. It's crazy. It's so crazy.
I never have a problem.
There's been some problems.
I never have a problem.
There's been some
I take care.
There's been some
But
problems.
that's been my Wi-Fi, not my battery, bro.
It hasn't been your fault.
No, that's been my Wi-Fi, not my battery, though. I don't like it. I don't care. Whatever.
I know.
Welcome.
Hello.
Now, hello. So what can people expect for this coming season? Because I always look at, you know, I never count November and December really as to doing anything because like people are out doing a whole bunch of crap, you know. But you know, 2024 January, what does that look like for Qween Kong?
That's like, I think like at that point we'll definitely be hoping to strive towards some new recorded music, like definitely next year. I'm thinking,
and like a revamped set just to freshen up a little bit, like overhaul of the set, try to you know, get some new songs on there, get some old ones out of there,
some new outfits. I'm gonna start wearing.
Yeah, Kara's gonna start wearing wigs.
Perfect.
I'm going to probably start drinking like 4 PBRs instead of 3, which is a big change for me.
Expanding.
And Melody will be of age, so there won't be any issues there as far as getting into bars.
And start playing drums with hammers.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh wow.
I will.
That'll be impressive.
The wood unstoppable.
Well, unfortunately, they are starting to pull the Apollo curtain on us, and the producer is throwing insults in the chat. So we got to say, this moment is your moment before the internet kicks you off again. Please tell people where they can get in touch with you, how they can support you, and they can continue to see you grow. Thank you guys so much for being on. But this moment is yours.
Definitely.
Thank you so much for having us on the radio. So sorry if any horrible things were said, but it was a pleasure to. You can find us on Instagram at Qween Kong. That's QWEENKONG. And you can find us on Spotify under the same moniker.
And Bandcamp as well.
And YouTube.
Ooh.
Yeah. And Melody has her fans too. Go follow them. Untold Joys and Ghouls, etc. True.
Thank you so much. So.
Absolutely. Great having you on. Love your energy. Myself, Preston, and my partner in crime, Long Island Rays, Elm City made, EZ BlueZ is in the building. Thank you, Qween Kong, for being with us on Behind the Brand.
Thank you.
Most definitely.